80s motocross was a time of evolution. The race to develop the two strokes. And Husqvarna was a force to be reckoned with.
What's happening, guys? Ken Kaplan here in front of the New England Motorcycle Museum with the classic Husqvarna WR250. This one's a 1980, making it now 40 years old. It is in largely original condition, although it does have a new set of Falk fenders on it and a new headlight assembly on it. The headlight works on it. The bike's all there. It's got a brand new chain on it. I've got a work order. It's starting to rain out, so I'm going to bring it inside, but I've got a work order. $1,500 worth of work was done to it. It's got a new tire on it and some new plastics, new number plates, and it's not running perfectly. It doesn't have the original carburetor on it, and the jetting's not set right on it. But we've got about a 6-month backlog on restoration, so we're selling this one as is for someone to take it to the next level. I can tell you this: the bars, the levers, the speedometer, everything's there. Pegs are in good condition and straight, as is the brake lever and shifter. It's going to need some tuning work and some dialing in, but it's a good core bike that runs. The clutch works good, all the gears work on it, and it's a world championship winning Husqvarna model 1980 250 WR. Let's bring it inside, put it on the stand because it's starting to rain out. So it's a little wet. I can't say it's never been ridden in the rain, that's for sure. The nice light bike, you can pick it right up, put it on the stand. Again, this is a multiple world championship, national championship winning race model by Husqvarna. They're considered one of the best European 250s ever made. This is they're extremely reliable. This is the WR, which has a 6-speed wide ratio transmission equipped with a lighting coil, the headlight, and the tail light. The speedometer only shows 212 miles on it. I can't confirm if this is the original speedometer. It's what came to us, but it is working. The speedometer cable, speedometer drive, the brakes all work. The work order for out here, the guys, the bike had been sitting for 30 years in one of our collector friends' collection, and he decided he wanted to sell it. He sold 8 Husqvarnas to us. This is one of the last ones to go. And they had been sitting in his dry storage, so the chrome on the forks is nice because it was in a nice dry area, and the general fit and finish on it is good for the year. I can tell you I looked it up in the vintage bike pricing guide, and in number 1 condition they're valued at $4,800. Number 2 is $3,800. Number 3 is $2,800. So somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 is about what they're trading for. That reflects the value of the last 2 that we sold from his collection. The engine compression tested at a perfect 170 psi. The carb was cleaned. I'm not sure if that's the original carb or not. It looks like a newer carburetor, and I don't think it's jetted properly. I couldn't get it to clean out. It's just at the end when I wrote it in, it just seemed to be cleaning out. It was a little bit loaded up, you might have noticed. New front, we just put a new front tire on it, adjusted the front and rear brakes, cleaned and oiled the air filter, cleaned out the carb, cleaned out the gas tank. Went to the detail shop, spent a full day in the detail shop where they painted the swing arm and the frame, mounted the new front and rear fender and headlight and number plates. Parts and labor came to $1,557 is what we just put into it. It's being sold as is and has a couple issues I have to disclose. The kickstart spring on it fell off, so we remounted it, and it must have been tired, or the original one, and it broke, and we don't have a kickstarter return spring in stock. So rather than wait for the part to come in, we're selling it as is. So the kicker is intact. The kicker's in really good condition. no damage on the kicker, but the spring is broken. We did have it apart and put it back on there, but it actually failed after that, so it must have been compromised to begin with. So that's a known defect, and the jetting's not perfect on it. So, like I said, good core bike, beautiful classic that has a ton of potential, that has a low entry price. Brand new gold chain on it too, which really plays nicely with the gold rims. It's a new Kenda classic front tire with the tube. The rear tire is in excellent condition. It's got a ton of tread on it. That's a Trelleborg 10 Master off-road tire. Again, 6-speed, remote reservoir, long travel forks. The things I look for on a core bike is the frame in good condition? Are the engine cases in good condition? And I can confirm that's the case. The bottom of the frame rail is not all beat up. There seems to be an alignment issue with the I'm not sure why, but the rear swing arm I think might have been slightly bent. There was a little bit of an alignment issue on the swing arm, so they straightened that out, but I don't think it's perfect. So I just wanted to disclose that too. So excellent core bike for a restoration, or you know, get the jetting dialed in and ride it the way it is if you want. It's up to you. It'd be a good vintage race bike as is, without putting a lot of money into it. Junior, is there anything you'd like to add? I think I covered pretty much everything. There is a dent in the front rim too I need to disclose. And here comes the rain. It's starting to pour out, and our 500s are all sitting outside. Oh boy. So we got to go take care of that. Is there anything you want to add?
No, ship it anywhere inexpensively. Message your zip code for a quote. Guys, good luck bidding, and God bless America.
Thanks for watching. Tune in, subscribe. God bless.